Okay, yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Torrentz here, coming to you today with another video. So this video today, I'm going to be going over all the changes to a balanced Druids in the newly released Legion pre-patch. This video is going to be split into 3 sections. The first section is going to be going over the talent choices, as you can see on the screen just there. The second one, I'm going to be going over the abilities. Now, bear in mind, PvP has no sort of like set rotation. They're obviously still main abilities to use, so I'll be going over those core abilities and how they should be used in the second section. And in the last section, I'll be going over some of the changes to the class once Legion does come out. Some of the changes that I will talk about in that section will highly affect Boom King gameplay once Legion does come out, so I do recommend you stick around and do watch it, even though it isn't directly related to how things are for balance in the pre-patch. And the pre-patch is what this video is all about, but yeah, let's get started. Let's get into the talents in this first section. So starting off here in the level 15 talent tier, I'm choosing Warrior of a Luna. As you can see, your next 2 Lunar Strikes are instant casts, and Lunar Strike is pretty much Starfire from Warlords of Draenor. So on a 45-second cooldown, it just gives you 2 instant Starfires, now Lunar Strikes. This is a really big part of our burst. I don't really like either of the 2 other choices. Force of Nature's received huge nerfs, and Starlord just really isn't all that powerful stacked up against Warrior of Elune. Level 30 talent tier, I'm choosing Displacer Beast. I'm sure you guys know what all that is from Warlords of Draenor. The other things going up against it are Wild Charge and Renewal. I don't think either of them are really that viable for Boomkins right now. Renewal could be sort of nice, I guess. Wild Charge has never really been a great thing for Boomkins, I don't think personally. And I really love Displacer Beast, so that is what I'm going with. And I also think you should be going with all these choices as well. That's why I'm making this guide. So next here in the level 45 talent tier, I am choosing the Restoration Affinity talent. Without the Restoration Affinity, we don't really have many heals at all, and seeing as we're meant to be a hybrid class, I really think that the Restoration Affinity is something that we really do want to go for. The other 2 are sort of nice, but you know, we really want to be able to heal, and we do get some decent healing out of it, so that's why we're going to go for that one. Moving into the level 60 talent tier, I'm going with Mighty Bash. I've always gone with Mighty Bash, really, just overall, I think in Miss Pandaria as well as Warlords of Draenor. I guess you could use either Typhoon or Mass Entanglement. It's pretty much the same as it is in Warlords of Draenor right now, all of those 3. So just go for whichever one you prefer, but I have always used Mighty Bash. So that's what I'm going with. Now moving into the level 75 talent tier, I am going with Soul of the Forest. I also think you should go with Soul of the Forest. It increases the damage bonus by your Lunar and Solar Empowerment by 15%. So it's standard 50% increased damage, and it goes up by that additional 15% to 65%. I don't think Stellar Flare's all that great, and Incarnation, pretty much what it does, it makes Celestial Alignment 15 seconds longer, so it goes from 15 seconds to 30 seconds, and it increases the damage by an additional 5%. So it's not like Mongoloid Incarnation from Warlords of Draenor or Miss Pandaria or anything like that, so I think overall Soul of the Forest is the better option. Moving on to the level 90 talent tier, Astral Communion is by far 100% the best talent to use. If you are not using Astral Communion, you're doing something wrong. It is a huge part of our burst. It's how you play Boomkins right now in the pre-patch, and how you will in Legion, so just go with Astral Communion. The level 100 talents are a little bit weird, so I've gone with Stellar Drift here. It increases Starfall's radius by 30%, and the damage of Starfall by 20%, allows you to cast while moving inside Starfall. Now, I've mentioned in previous videos, Starfall isn't really a huge part of Boomkins anymore, but if you want to use it every now and then, that's why I've gone with that, because the other 2 talents really aren't that good at all. Fury of Elune just uses all of your astral power, so you obviously don't want to do that. And Nature's Balance just refreshes your dots, but you cast dots quite a lot anyway, so that isn't really useful. So that's why I've gone with the Starfall one. So moving into the next section of this video, I'm going to be talking about the abilities for balance. There's the new Astral Power system, so the Eclipse Bar system is gone, and you now have Astral Power. Now, the main ways that you're meant to gain Astral Power is through an artifact ability, which we obviously don't have yet because we're not in Legion. I'll be talking about that in that third and final section at the end of this video. But gaining Astral Power right now is a little bit more difficult than it will be in Legion because we don't have that ability. So the ways you can gain Astral Power is with your Lunar Strike, which, like I said, is the new Starfire, Solar Wrath, which is the new Wrath from Warlords of Draenor, and your Moonfire and Sunfire. So obviously all those abilities do damage, and when you gain that Astral Power, you can spend the Astral Power on Star Surges or Star Falls. Unless you're just trying to go for top damage in a BG or something like that and you just want to see numbers everywhere, I highly recommend using Star Surge most of the time, especially in arenas. The Solar and Lunar Empowerment, that increases the damage of your Lunar Strike or Solar Wrath by 50%. It can be increased by an additional 15%, like I mentioned with that Soul of the Forest talent when I went over the talents. It can also be increased even further with your Mastery. As it says here, increase the Starfall and Star Surge damage and the effect of Lunar and Stellar Empowerments by an additional 44%. It doesn't work out to be bang on 44%. So I recommended a moment ago that you want to be going for single target damage most of the time, especially in arenas, is what I said. And that would look a little something like this. So this is your like quote unquote burst. Obviously you can still use this damage rotation with or without certain cooldowns. So the ideal situation to burst is obviously starting off with full astral power. So that's what we're going to do just for the purposes of this demonstration. So like always, what you want to do is dot up the target first with your Moonfire and Sunfire. Then what you want to do is pop your Celestial Alignment cooldown and use 2 Star Surges. Once you've used both of them, you want to press your Astral Communion and do 2 more Star Surges. Then press your Warrior of a Loon and do 2 instant Lunar Strikes. By then you'll have enough for 1 more Star Surge. Use that Star Surge and that is all of your burst. You obviously want to fit all that in all before your Celestial Alignment runs out. I think I missed that last Star Surge there. You obviously want to try and line it up with your Trinket and Weapon procs. And at the end of your burst you may still have various Lunar or Solar Empowerments left, so you can use those spells associated with each one for more damage to those spells. So I did mention about the third section for this video where I'll be going over some of the main changes which is going to be happening to Boomkins once Legion goes live, and some of those changes are actually huge and really are going to affect how Boomkins are played going into Legion. But this is a guide for the pre-patch, so I don't want to make the pre-patch guide much longer than it has to be. So this is the end of the pre-patch guide. I hope you guys did enjoy. But if you do want to see that third and final section, follow the link in the description. That is going to take you to a different unlisted video where you can find out about all that different stuff once Legion goes live, if you would like to find out. I highly recommend you do, because it'll sort of make you understand some of the stuff in the pre-patch a little bit more. But yeah, that is it for the actual pre-patch guide. So I hope you guys did learn something new. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like rating down below, get subscribed to the channel. I'm uploading 3 days a week right now, loads and loads of Boomkin gameplay from the beta and from the pre-patch, so you don't want to miss out. But for now, I would like to thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.